morning to all the students of class 8. I hope you all are safe and sound. Today we are going to start with the third part of the very first chapter, matter. Last time I have explained you what is kinetic theory of matter. Today I am going to start with a very fresh topic, that is characteristic of matter on the basis of kinetic theory of matter. Last time we have gone through the molecular arrangement of solid, liquid and gas as matter is being divided into three states, that is solid, liquid and gas. Every matter has its own characteristic. So let us start with the characteristic of solid. Over here you can see the arrangement of molecules in solid. Let us see the first characteristic. In solid, the particles are tightly packed and are very close to each other. The particles are held by the intermolecular force between them. Over here, you can see the molecules are very closely packed with each other, and there is very less space between two molecules. So, both the molecules are being bounded together with a force called intermolecular force of attraction. And if there is less space, it shows that they cannot move, they can only vibrate, they cannot collide, they cannot slide over each other, they can interact with each other. And if they are not going to leave their position, definitely they are going to produce less kinetic energy. Let us come to the second point. Solids have definite shape and definite volume. Let us take an example to explain it to you. Let us take a glass. You can see that it is made up of solid. It is solid. It has definite mass and definite volume. If I am going to compress it, or if I am going to twist it, or if I want to break it, can I break it? No, it is not possible, because it has definite mass, it has definite volume, and the molecules are very closely packed with each other, so it cannot be broken easily. Third one, they do not take the shape of the container in which they are placed. Since it is a solid, the molecules are very closely packed, so it cannot take the shape of a container. It can occupy only a little amount of space inside the container, but it cannot occupy the whole space inside the container. Let us see with the help of an example. Take a glass and try to put a pen inside it. What you will notice, it can occupy only little bit of space inside the glass. Since it is solid, it cannot be broken, it cannot be twisted easily. I hope all the 3 points are clear to everyone. Let us come to the fourth point. Particles of solid are so tightly packed, so increasing pressure will not compress the solid further. So solid have definite volume. Let us take an example. Take a glass, and if you want to compress it, can you compress it? No, it is not possible, because the molecules are very tightly packed, and because it has fixed volume, it cannot be compressed. Fifth point. The intermolecular distance within solids are very small, approximately of the order of 10 to the power 10 meter or 1 angstrom. You can see the molecular arrangement of solid over here. Since the molecules are very closely packed with each other, so the distance between the molecules are very less, and the distance between two molecules is approximately taken as an order of 10 to the power minus 10 meter or 1 angstrom. I hope the characteristic of solid is clear to everyone. Let us come to the characteristic of liquid. You can see the molecular arrangement of liquid over here. Let us see the first point. According to kinetic theory, in liquid, the particles are tightly packed but far apart enough to slide over one another as the intermolecular forces are weak. You can see the diagram, the molecules are little bit apart from each other, so they can leave their original position and they can occupy another space. So when they are going to leave their original position, they can collide with each other, they can slide over each other and they are going to interact with each other. Since they are leaving their original position, so the intermolecular force of attraction will be weak and the kinetic energy will be more as compared to solid. Third point, liquids have definite shape but has indefinite shape but a definite volume. What does indefinite shape means? It can occupy the shape of a container. It can flow on a floor. It can occupy any space. It can occupy the shape of a container. It can occupy the shape of a bottle. It can occupy the shape of a plate. So liquid have indefinite shape but it has definite volume. If you want to take 1 liter of milk in a glass and if you are going to put it in another glass, what will happen? The volume will remain the same. If it is 1 liter, it will remain 1 liter. It will not change. Third point, liquid take the shape of a container but cannot be compressed. It can take the shape of a container but it cannot be compressed. You think that you can compress it but you are not compressing it. Only the molecules, the space between the molecules is occupied by another molecule. That is not called compression. Compressibility is something else. I hope all the 3 points are clear to everyone. Let us come to the last characteristic but not the least, gas. You can see the molecular arrangement of molecules in gases. Let us see the first. Gas particle possess high kinetic energy. Why does it possess high kinetic energy? Because the molecules are very much apart from each other, so they can move randomly from one place to another. And when they are going to move in a zigzag manner randomly, definitely they are going to produce a kinetic energy. And the kinetic energy in gas is most as compared to liquid and gases. Second point, particles of gases are very far apart and move freely as the intermolecular force are completely negligible. Since the molecules are very apart from each other, so there is a distance between each molecule. So the intermolecular force of attraction will be weaker as compared to liquid and solid. Third point, gas do not have definite volume nor definite shape. How can you prove it? You can prove it with the help of a perfume bottle. If you are going to spray a perfume inside a room, what will happen? Within a second, the fragrance of that perfume is going to surround the whole room, even though outside the room. So this shows that gases do not have definite volume or definite shape. Last one, as the particles are not close together, they can be compressed easily. So it can be compressed easily because the molecules are very much apart from each other. So gases can be compressed easily. I hope all the 3 characteristics of solid, liquid and gases are clear to you. Next time I am going to start with a very fresh topic. As the chapter is very much lengthy, I am going to take little parts so that you can understand the chapter very easily. Thank you and be safe.